racist vandalism at several places around Norman, the latest on Democrats trying to acquire the full Mueller report, and severe weather moving into the area tonight. This is OU Nightly. Hello, thanks for joining us for OU Nightly. I'm McKenzie Gladney.
And I'm Antonides. We begin tonight with awful acts of hate speech in the heart of Norman. 3 locations hit by vandals who spray painted racist graffiti in the Cleveland County Democratic headquarters on Gray Street and the Firehouse Art Center and McKinley Elementary School on South Flood.
At all 3 places, someone spray-painted racial slurs and symbols and left anti-Semitic messages, all discovered early this morning.
Yeah, Norman police took reports at all locations, and OU Nightly's Taylor Cox is outside the Cleveland County Democratic headquarters on site and joins us live with details. Taylor?
Yeah, volunteers showed up early to clean up the graffiti, but the mark it made on the community may not be erased as quickly.
I am appalled. I am totally appalled. I don't know what we can do to improve the climate of our country, of our county, of our precincts, but we all need to be dedicated to say no, hate is not okay.
But this is not the first time that the Democratic Party building has been targeted.
I can recall about 10 years ago, when I was then the county chair, that we had a vandalism event when we were located on Main Street. At that time, the big windows were smashed out by huge rocks.
And they still keep that rock around as a reminder of the attack.
So this is a repeat. This one seems to be more appalling in some ways, with allusions to Nazism and hate specifically designated in this event.
Norman police aren't sure if the racist graffiti here and at other locations are related, but we can tell you that the FBI has been called in to investigate. Reporting live at Cleveland County Democratic headquarters, Taylor Cox.
Thanks, Taylor. With these incidents hitting so close to campus, OU President James Gallagher issued a statement this morning. He said, "We know their occurrence may impact our students. Such acts are contrary to the sense of community and family that exists at OU." He added the administration condemns the hateful ideologies and deeds, and we offer a message of support to our Jewish community. Now, as soon as word of the racist graffiti spread on social media, people rushed to help clean it up, and we're told several staff and volunteers at the elementary school had most of it gone before the young students even arrived, and people were showing up at the Democratic headquarters to volunteer all morning. Now our team coverage continues now with a look at the other 2 locations vandalized. Baylee Bates joins us now live from Lions Park. Baylee?
Alex, people have been stopping by the park all day, and now they gather to chalk sidewalks in advance of a planned rally tonight. Now they all have one thing in common: they can't believe it happened here.
It's really disheartening, that we live in a time that people are emboldened to do these types of hateful things.
Norman citizens in shock by the damage at Lions Park to a statue of a human head. Swastikas painted over the eyes, covered with a tarp, anti-Semitic and racial slurs spray painted in the parking lot that was rapidly cleaned up. The Firehouse Art Center released a statement saying these acts unite the Norman community, not divide it. They also said they will continue to offer art education and experiences, and they'll focus on the health and well-being of the community. The 3rd location vandalized last night was McKinley Elementary, just blocks away. The hateful graffiti at the school included sexually insensitive comments and more racial slurs. A statement by the Norman School Superintendent said these acts are in direct opposition of their core values. Parents also expressed their shock.
I'm appalled. I feel like our community, the McKinley community, is a very inclusive, safe place, and I think that's why we were targeted.
Now, Mayor-elect Brea Clark and others have planned a community rally here at Lions Park tonight at 6 o'clock. They plan to strike back with love. Reporting live at Lions Park, Baylee Bates.
Thanks, Baylee. And McKenzie, I hear we may be in for a bumpy night with severe weather.
Definitely. Leah Hill has a first look at the forecast. So Leah, how severe are we expecting these storms to be?
Well, we just had a severe thunderstorm watch issued, and that is for the Texas Panhandle and also the western counties in Oklahoma. And that is due to the cells of thunderstorms out in the Panhandle currently. They could drop anywhere from 2.5 to hail, and then also we're looking at winds up to 70 miles per hour. So today it is also Safe Place Selfie Day. So since we do have this severe weather, this is a great time to get into your safe place, snap a picture, and then share it on Twitter, just so you can be prepared when severe weather does strike. Coming up, though, I'll talk more about the hail chances tonight, where you should go during this severe weather, and then also this continuing warm-up we'll be seeing this next couple of days. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Leah. Sydney Baulier joins us now in the News Center with an update on the Democrats' effort to receive the full Mueller report. Sydney, what's the latest?
McKenzie, the House Judiciary Committee enabled Chairman Jerry Nadler to issue a subpoena this morning for the full Mueller report. Nadler stated that he is not planning on issuing a subpoena immediately and instead will give Attorney General William Barr time to give the unredacted report to the committee.
This committee requires the full report and the underlying materials because it is our job, not the Attorney General's, to determine whether or not President Trump has abused his office.
The Judiciary Committee also authorized subpoenas for 5 other Trump administration officials. The first African-American woman has just been elected as mayor in Chicago after a historic run that ended on Tuesday night. Lori Lightfoot is not the only first African-American woman, but also the first openly gay mayor Chicago has seen. Lightfoot celebrated her victory with a speech that looked forward to the future of a new Chicago. Lightfoot formerly worked as a federal prosecutor and has never served in a political office, which appealed to many of her voters. Lightfoot wants to focus on the increasing crime in Chicago as well as relations between the police and the community. President Trump took to Twitter and flipped the script by announcing that he is not planning on tackling health care until after the 2020 election. This comes after Republican leaders reportedly approached him to reconsider his focus on health care. The president stated that whatever the Republicans create will, quote, be on full display as a much better and less expensive alternative to Obamacare. President Trump says that he wants the Republican Party to be known as the party of healthcare, despite losing on the issue during the 2018 elections. That's all from the News Center. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Sydney. And over the weekend, some of the world's biggest landmarks joined in on an hour to benefit the environment.
Definitely. We'll have the story of who unplugged during Earth Hour in the Earth Report coming up.
Plus, Christian Nunley will join us to talk about what Russell Westbrook accomplished last night that hasn't been done since 1968. Stick with us.
Welcome back. Global efforts to minimize electricity usage are rising. Lindsey Gibbs joins us now with more on how people around the world are doing just that.
Over the weekend, millions of people across the world celebrated Earth Hour, an event that encourages people, communities, and businesses to turn off non-essential electric lights from 8:30 to 9:30 p.m. Some of the largest landmarks in the world, as well as many communities, participated in the event Saturday evening. Earth Hour is the world's largest grassroots movement for the environment. And Earth Month continues at OU with a film festival beginning tomorrow at the Sam Noble Museum. The Native Crossroad Film Festival is a 3-day-long event featuring many short Indigenous films. The festival also includes a Q&A panel with actors, directors, and OU faculty. This year's films will focus on future landscapes as well as environmental concerns of Native communities. Back to you at the desk.
Thank you very much, Lindsey. The Sam Noble Museum on campus is known for a lot of things, but language competitions is something that you may not expect.
Yeah, coming up, we'll have the story on the annual Native American Youth Language Competition. And it's windy out there and some strong storms are on the way, aren't they, Leah?
That's right, Alex. We have severe weather tonight. I'll show you when hail will be bumping on your door. Welcome back to OU Nightly. Currently in Norman, we see those clouds increasing and severe weather is starting to move into our state. Currently, we do have a severe weather watch that is currently in effect through 10 p.m. tonight. And then some of those storms that we are seeing out in the Panhandle have also been severe thunderstorm warned. So we have this slight risk for severe weather that includes the Texas Panhandle, and then also our far western counties. This is a category 3 out of 6, and the threats that we are mainly seeing with this is going to be large hail up to a golf ball size and winds up to 70 miles per hour. So it will make for a bit of a noisy evening, as some of us will be getting that hail throughout the night. So when will this severe weather start to move in? We do see some cells starting to pop up around 9 p.m. Now, the models are showing them more towards the north, but we are also expecting some to form down in the southwestern counties as well. Those will continue to push through the northern portion of the state through the early morning hours and really start to ramp up around 3 a.m. tomorrow as they progress into Arkansas and Missouri as that low-level jet kicks in. But then by the time we get through the afternoon tomorrow, we'll be drier than what we were seeing today, but we will have a bit of a noisy night. Now, as we are in severe weather season, I wanted to highlight the difference between a watch and a warning. So a watch is issued over multiple counties or states, and that is issued by the Storm Prediction Center. These watches can be issued for thunderstorms and also for tornadoes. Best thing to do is to have a plan and be prepared through the watch period. Now, a warning, on the other hand, is when the threat has been spotted on radar or is radar indicated by a storm spotter and is also issued by the NWS. So when that happens, you need to take shelter, avoid windows, and move to an interior room of the house. So for our lows across the state tonight, sticking mainly in the mid-50s to low 60s, 60 degrees in Lawton. Highs tomorrow will be back in the 70s, 73 here in Norman. As we go through our 2-day forecast, we have that morning rain on Thursday, and it's going to be very windy for the next couple days. We're watching the chance for more severe weather potential on Saturday, giving that a 70% chance, and that severe weather and some thunderstorms may even continue into Sunday, but then drying out as we get to our work week next week.
Yeah, looking forward to that rain and some warm weather, aren't we?
Yeah. Oh, yes. Just going to be a bit of a noisy night tonight.
I'll sleep a little better, actually. But thank you, Leah.
The Sam Noble Museum of Natural History hosted the 17th Annual Oklahoma Native American Youth Language Fair yesterday. The event is an opportunity for students all across Oklahoma to come out and showcase their native languages and culture. There were a variety of different languages that were judged by a panel of fluent native speakers, with awards going to students who knew their language best.
Going throughout generations, the language is starting to die out. So things like this, really help us revitalize our language and cherish what our ancestors did.
Students from pre-K to seniors in high school participated. Fluency and knowledge of their tribe's language were factored into the students that they were judged on. Broken Bow High School took first place this year. And Chloe Sparks joins us now.
Yeah, Russell Westbrook had a pretty historic game last night in honoring his friend Nipsey Hussle, didn't he, Chloe?
Yeah, Alex, that's what I like to call a Russell hustle. Speaking of hustling, check out Bryce Harper's monster home run last night when we get back. Next is sports. Welcome back to OU Nightly. It's time for sports. I'm Chloe Sparks. Last night's Thunder game featured an NBA record by none other than the triple-double master, Russell Westbrook. Christian Nunley joins us with the details.
Thank you, Chloe. Last night, the Thunder got it done and took home a win over the disheveled Lakers. That wasn't the storyline, though. For the second time in the NBA's 70-year history, a player filled the stat sheet with 20 points, 20 rebounds, and 20 assists. It was no other than OKC's prodigal son, Russell Westbrook. Last player to do so, the legendary 7'1" Wilt Chamberlain. Pretty impressive company, if you ask me. Afterwards, Russ told the media he dedicated the game to someone special.
That wasn't for me, man. That was for my bro, man. That's for Nipsey, man. 20 plus 20. They know what that means, man. That's for my bro. Rest in peace, Nipsey, man. I'm just thankful to be able to go out and compete at a high level, man. Thankful to have these teammates. Thankful and humble to be able to go out and play the game I love.
For those curious what 20 plus 20 plus 20 means, Google is a powerful tool. Last night, the Warriors beat down the Nuggets, who are the 2 seed, and all but confirming the Warriors bid for the 1 seed in the Western Conference. What that means for Thunder fans, after beating the Lakers last night, they're tied with the Spurs battling for 7th in hopes of avoiding the Warriors in the first round. And Chloe, it'll be a riveting final week of the regular season. Back to you.
Won't that be something? Facing Golden State round 1. Thanks, Christian. Now on to football. The Sooners continue spring practice and yet again one area needing improvement, the pass defense. Lincoln Riley brought in Roy Manning from UCLA to run the secondary, and he's already making an impact.
Coach Manning, man, is the energy he brings in each and every day in our film room and in the meetings. Coach, I just love the guy, man. He's a great coach. He makes sure we do a great job, as I was saying, in getting hands and being physical at the line of scrimmage, and just being and working on being consistency and being a great cornerback.
And a freshman on OU's baseball team racked up the K's last night against Oral Roberts. Ben Abram struck out a career high of 9 batters in his longest start of the season. Abram went 7 strong and retired the final 16 Golden Eagles he faced. But ORU scored twice in extra innings to get out of Norman with a 4-2 win. Former National Bryce Harper was greeted with boos in his first step on a Nationals park as an opponent. Harper is serving his first year of a 13-year, $330 million contract with the Philadelphia Phillies, and Washington is, well, you heard them. In the 8th, Harper quieted those booing fans with a monster 458-foot-long home run, topped off with a flashy bat flip, scoring the last run of the game, making it 8-2 Phillies. You know, guys, I bet some of that was he just announced that he's going to be having a baby.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he'll give him a bat. To
a little baby boy, yeah.
Another $300 million, but yeah, thanks.
Probably.
Thanks, Chloe. And a Dominican man is making headlines for his vocals and breaking world records, but it's not for the reason that you may expect.
Coming up, we'll tell you just what world record he broke.
I'm Grace Whitten at the Update Desk. Former prisoners of war and their families will be honored at a ceremony this Friday in the Oklahoma City VA Medical Center. More than 142,000 Americans have been captured as prisoners of war since World War I, not including those who were lost or never recovered. The U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs said the day is to appreciate those who gave up their own freedom in defense of the freedom of this nation. The ceremony is at 1:30 p.m., free and open to the public. Back to you.
Well, McKenzie, I don't know about you, but my voice gets pretty tired after about 10 minutes of bad singing in the car, let alone 4 days.
Check this out. Dominican singer Carlos Silva broke the Guinness World Record for continuous singing in Santo Domingo. The previous world record was 4 days and 9 hours.
Now, Silva, who reached the goal of more than 105 hours, must now wait for Guinness to certify the process. And to top it off, during the singing marathon, he sang more than 5,000 songs. And when he finished, he was taken to a medical center for a general checkup, because who wouldn't need one after singing 5,000 songs? And Leah Hill is back with us, and she has a weather fact for us.
Yes, well, I actually wanted to show you real quickly another look at the radar because we have a severe thunderstorm watch currently in effect, but then also just issued were these 2 severe thunderstorm warnings. So we're looking at hail up to 2.5 inches in diameter and also winds gusting up to 70 miles per hour. So these thunderstorms will start to progress east. We're going to see most of the hail in northern Oklahoma and in western Oklahoma. But it is possible we will see a bit of hail here, even in Norman as well. But again, the main threat for that hail is going to be out in the west.
Hopefully it doesn't affect the rally tonight.
Yeah, 6 o'clock at Lions Park.
Yeah, thankfully the severe weather will start to move in later tonight, so the people at the rally, they should have no problems.
Okay.
What time are we thinking?
Yeah, so coming into Norman, later this evening, maybe even around 9 p.m., it'll start to move through, but we're looking for another round of thunderstorms to really start ramping up around even 1 to 3 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Okay,
So
I'll
it's
be
gonna
sure
be
to
a
stay
bit
off
of a
the roads at
noisy
1 and 3
night.
a.m.
Yeah, hopefully you'll be sleeping around 1 and 3 a.m.
If I can get any sleep, it might be kind of noisy.
I don't know about you guys, but I sleep better when it rains like that.
I do too, actually, and
see
I
better?
enjoy being woken up by rain and thunderstorms. But for those of you who don't, it might be a bit of a noisy evening, especially in the northern counties of the state.
All right, thanks, guys. Well, thank you for watching OU Nightly, brought to you by Gaylord College at the University of Oklahoma.
We'll see you back here tomorrow night, live at 4:30.
Have a great evening.
Good night.